What if the storm didn't arrive out of nowhere, but sent whispers first? Before betrayal, there are signals, small, subtle, easy to overlook when you're hopeful. Today, we're going to make the invisible visible so your heart doesn't learn the truth the hardest way. Welcome to Stoicism Drive, where we strip away illusions and learn to see clearly, calmly, firmly, and with self-respect. Listen closely. What you're about to hear isn't about paranoia. It's about awareness. If a part of you wants to say, "She'd never do that," hold that thought. You might recognize more than you expect. 1. Emotional distance creeps in. Detachment can be healthy in philosophy, in love. Uninvited distance is an alarm. Cheating rarely begins with a dramatic exit. It begins with a slow fade. The warm messages cool to neutral. Playful calls become short, stiff exchanges. The little check-ins stop. Compliments disappear. Jokes land with silence. When you enter the room, her eyes don't light up, they slide past you. She's there, but not with you. Present in body, absent in spirit, like a shadow walking through the motions. Why? Because emotional energy is being redirected. When someone starts attaching elsewhere, mentally or emotionally, home base begins to feel like a burden. Distance becomes a self-justification. I feel less for him, so what I'm doing isn't really that bad. Your move. Don't beg for closeness. Observe patterns over time. Speak plainly. I feel distance between us. I'm willing to work on it, but I won't ignore it. Calm truth cuts through fog better than desperate persuasion. 2. Her schedule turns into a maze. Time tells truths people try to hide. Suddenly the calendar is overflowing. Late meetings. New outings that never existed before. Errands that stretch from minutes to hours. You ask how her day went and get vague answers like, "Fine, nothing special." The routine changes but the story stays empty. Many people who seek someone else don't always lie outright. They manipulate timing and details until you stop asking. You'll hear variations of, "Lost track of time," "My phone died," or "I just needed space." Each item is plausible alone. Together, they form a pattern. Your move. Don't accuse. Document reality. Consistency is the friend of truth. Chaos exposes itself. Quietly compare words with timelines and outcomes. A centered man doesn't chase stories. He lets contradictions reveal themselves. 3. Sudden privacy and phone secrets. Yesterday the phone was just a device. Today it's a sealed vault. Face down. Always locked. Always within reach. Smiles at messages you never see. A quick tilt of the screen when you walk by. A defensive reaction if you simply ask to check something. This often starts long before anything physical. Emotional drift becomes digital intimacy, inside jokes, late night chats, confessions shared not with you but with someone new. That bond feels precious, so it gets protected. Privacy becomes secrecy. Secrecy becomes a second life. Your move. Do not snoop. State boundaries. I don't need to monitor you, but I also don't accept secrecy in a committed relationship. Remember, jealousy is loud. Wisdom is quiet and firm. 4. Gaslighting and psychological reversal. Now comes the mental spin. Arguments spark from nothing. You're told you're distant, insecure, controlling, while her behavior creates those reactions. The script flips until you doubt your own senses. You catch something odd, and somehow you end up apologizing. This is projection. Placing one's guilt onto the other person to avoid facing it. Stay in this fog long enough and you stop trusting your instincts. Betrayal then hurts twice. First by what happened. Second by how you silenced yourself. Your move. Anchor to facts and feelings stated clearly. When X happened, I felt why that matters. I won't be talked out of my own reality. If every concern you raise becomes an accusation against you, you're not in a dialogue, you're in a diversion. 5. Unusual kindness and over-affection. This one confuses the most. Suddenly she's extra sweet, more kisses, more compliments, surprise gifts, perfectly planned dates. It feels nice, but oddly off. Like perfume sprayed over smoke. When actions and self-image collide, many people overcompensate to balance the inner scales. If I'm being so kind, I can't be a bad person. Affection becomes a mask, not always from malice, often from guilt, and you're meant to be lulled back to sleep. Your move: enjoy kindness. But test for consistency. Does the attention come with transparency and effort to repair real issues? Or is it sugar on top of secrecy? Love that demands no accountability is just anesthesia. 6. She ends it first, or forces you to. Here's the final act. She frames a reason to leave, labels you as the problem, or floats the classic, "Maybe we should take a break." She might spark needless fights, press on your insecurities, or create such constant friction that you finally walk, so she can claim the clean exit. When someone has already left emotionally, the body follows. Some will create the break, and then blame the break on you. Don't play that role. Your move: stand still inside yourself. If you want out, say it. I won't cling. Dignity is quiet power. Let your silence speak where pain wants to shout. Why men miss these signs. 1. Hope filters red flags. When you're invested, you reinterpret signals as temporary dips, not warnings. 2. You were taught suspicion is wrong. Many men fear being labeled insecure, so they ignore evidence and call it trust. 3. Cheaters don't wear costumes. They do sweet things, say goodnight, and play their part until they don't. It's easier to believe in loyalty than to accept loss. Stoic practice doesn't ask you to distrust. It asks you to observe without illusion. Ask yourself, are you watching her actions, or your fantasy of her? Awareness is not cynicism, it's self-respect. The Stoic approach when signs appear. Slow down, breathe, and journal. Writing separates what you saw from what you felt. Facts first, feelings next. Speak once, clearly, no long speeches. One grounded conversation beats 10 emotional debates. Set boundaries, not traps. I don't control you. I choose what I accept. Protect your self-worth. If honesty dies, the relationship already has. Be ready to walk, not as a threat, but as a commitment to your own standards. Final word. If these signs are showing up, you're not crazy, and you're not powerless. Your strength isn't in chasing, but in seeing. Not in arguing, but in choosing. A wise man recognizes. A grounded man responds. A high-value man leaves with dignity when respect leaves the room. If this opened your eyes, even a little, do one thing for yourself and for another man who needs it. Like this video. Subscribe to Stoicism Drive, and share it with someone who might be blind to the signs. Awareness can save a year. Sometimes, it can save a life. Stay grounded, stay sharp, stay stoic.